A Slimball story. Wolves versus cats. Interior, basement of the Royal Library, Diamond City, Cooltopia. Jazz, a winged air pet, and Joey, Jazz's small pocket companion, are pacing, worried. Jill, a female blue cat wearing heart glasses and a hat, casually walks down a set of spiraling stairs.
Hey, Jazz. I sent a little water pet this way hours ago, but he never came back up. What's he up to?
Jazz and Joey rush towards her. They are in distress. Redacted! Redacted, redacted. Redacted, 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 redacted. Redacted?
Okay, that's probably not a good sign. Now, where are those cards?
Jazz walks towards one of the bookcases and pulls out 2 cards. One says yes, and one says no. She hands them to Jill.
All right, let's begin. Is the water pet still in the library?
Jazz looks in the direction of the no card.
Cool. Then I probably just missed him when he walked out.
Jill seems satisfied and begins to leave. Jazz waves her wings and Joey claps. They are desperate for Jill to stay.
I don't even know what to ask next. You can tell me so little.
Joey tugs on Jazz's feathers and looks at the nearby desk, specifically at a small glass bottle containing a little green ball of slime. Jill approaches the desk to investigate. She reaches to open the jar, and Jazz intervenes, shaking her head no.
Why? What is this stuff?
Redacted, 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 redacted. Jill starts to get frustrated. Joey reaches out and pats Jill's paw, then points at the cards.
Right. Yes or no questions only. Okay. Is the water pet connected to the green stuff?
Jazz looks yes. Jill looks horrified. Jill pointing to the jar.
Is this what's left of him?
Jazz looks no.
So he's alive.
Jazz looks yes.
Is he in danger?
Jazz looks yes. Jill lets out a curse word, but it's censored by pixelations and beeps.
Fuck!
Exactly. Looking around.
Are we in danger?
Jazz shrugs.
What should we do?
Jazz points to the cards.
Come on, Jazz. There has to be an easier way. This is going to take ages like this.
Jazz looks at the yes card and then stares at a book on the bookshelf. It has 3 scratches on its spine and cover, but no title. Jill pointing to the book.
This?
Jazz looks yes. She opens the large volume which contains many pictures and symbols.
You want me to read this whole thing?
Jazz looks yes.
This is gonna take a while. Does the water pet have that kind of time? Do we have that kind of time?
Jazz shrugs. Guess you better read fast. Exterior, in some woods, just outside of Jadetown. Day. The fracture symbol appears hovering in a small clearing in the trees. It turns into a hole that grows wider until it's wide enough to dump Slimball, an angry-looking water pet with claws, onto the ground. By the time Slimball's bum hits the forest floor, the hole contracts and disappears. Slimball seems confused and scared and is breathing heavily. He quickly scrambles from the clearing and takes cover behind a tree. He is paranoid, looking around for something, but there's nothing else in the woods. Only trees, only Slimball. Slowly, he settles, gets up, dusts himself off, and walks back into the clearing. I don't think I'm in Diamond City anymore. Why does this shit keep happening to me? He begins looking for the portal, but there is nothing to see. No single piece of evidence was left behind to give clues as to how he got there. Slimball's stomach grumbles something fierce, and he doubles over in pain. He searches the immediate area for any source of energy, but the forest is barren, with no berry, mushroom, or acorn in sight. Get it together, Slimball. This is no time for sleeping. That's when Slimball smells it, the delicious smell of baked goods. He follows his nose to the small town. It does not take him long to sniff out the bakery, and he enters the shop to find a cat with a cupcake on its head behind the counter.
Hello there. Hey, where's your cat? All pets in this town must be with a cat.
But I've never had a cat. His stomach grumbles.
You never had a cat? Then where'd you come from?
Redacted.
Slimball points out the window towards the forest.
Redacted.
I think you should go. You're starting to creep me out.
But I'm so hungry.
Then buy something.
I'm sorry, but I don't have any milk, please. I'm good with my claws. I could cook or clean. I'm desperate. Come on, cat. One cookie, please.
This isn't a charity. I gotta earn a living. Hey now, maybe you're the one who's been stealing all my cookies.
Before Slimball can protest, the shop door opens slightly, and a dark, shadowy figure slips inside. Slimball watches in horror as the dark wolf, Molly, glides effortlessly behind the bakery counter. He is terrified of the creature, but what's even stranger is the fact that the baker does not notice the monster. She only sees the fear on Slimball's face.
What? What is it now?
There, right there, right next to you, it's a wolf. But the baker only hears redacted. She looks around her perfectly normal shop, and then at this hysterical and incoherent pet.
Yep, you need to leave.
The baker may have been oblivious, but Slimball's exclamations draw the attention of the wolf, and now 2 yellow, piercing eyes stare straight at him before rushing out the door. The baker comes from around her counter and starts shooing Slimball towards the exit.
Time to move on.
He is resisting. He doesn't want to go outside with that thing. But the cupcake cat is persistent and growing more anxious about Slimball every second. She finally manages to eject the water pet and quickly locks the bakery door behind him.
And don't come back.
Slimball stands perfectly still, his back towards the street. Quietly, he reassures himself. I'm sure the wolf's long gone now. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine. His stomach grumbles.
Hi.
Slimball lets out a little scream and then slowly turns. There, in the street, is Molly, waiting for him. She is horrifying, with eyes devoid of any soul. She adorns herself with a hat sharpened to a deadly point. Slimball, still in pain from his hunger, is rapidly losing his remaining energy. But he still manages to stand up straight and raise his claws in defense as he prepares to fight for his life. All right then, Wolfie. Let's get this over with.
You can see me?
Of course I can see you.
Interesting.
She takes a step towards him, which spooks the little guy, and he takes off running back towards the woods. Molly is faster and ahead of him in seconds, blocking his path. Slimball's stomach grumbles again, and he falls to his knees.
Ew. Are you okay? Do you want a cookie?
Molly pulls one of the baker's cookies from her pocket and offers it to Slimball. He grabs it with desperation and immediately consumes it. Molly pulls out a cupcake and hands it to him.
Here. Have this one too. Better? You must have come through a fracture. Tell me which one.
Fracture? Yeah, that's what the wolves in the library called it, too. Where am I?
Ha! You hijacked 14's frack. Oh, man. I can't wait to tease him about this screw-up.
Those wolves were gonna eat me. They took pleasure in imagining how I would die.
Oh, well, don't worry about that. That's just 14 and Ghosty. They're all talk. But yeah, they definitely would have eaten you.
Are you gonna eat me?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I get hungry just like you, but unlike you and my idiot friends, I know how to stay well fed. Besides, I have this weird feeling you're gonna be useful.
Molly pulls 2 cookies from under her hat and hands one to Slimball. These are from the bakery. They look back at the shop and see the baker still watching Slimball through her window.
Come on, let's get out of here before she gets ideas.
The pair walking back into the forest. Why can't the baker see you?
No cats or pets can see wolves unless they've traveled through a fracture. And only folks who've traveled by fracture will be able to understand you when you try to talk about any of this.
Explains the library.
What was that?
Nothing. Just some things are starting to make sense, kinda. Wait a minute. How could I see the wolves in the library? I'd never traveled through one of those fractures before.
Good question. I guess you're smarter than you look.
Thanks. I get told that a lot, actually.
You could see 14 and Ghosty because the library is protected by counter magic.
Counter magic?
Have you even read any of the books in the library?
Well, no. I was barely in the building 15 minutes before I found myself here.
The Royal Library is one of the most magical places in the world, and one of the few locations where the veil is thin.
The veil?
Too complicated. All right. I'm sending you back. You can do your own research. This is where you landed, right?
Slimball recognized the spot. Molly had led Slimball back to the clearing in the woods. What do you mean you're sending me back? Molly raises her claws and Slimball cowers.
Easy, friend. I just want to show you my nails. Molly's nails glow and shimmer. They are beautiful. This is how we wolves can open the fractures. One thing, though. Be sure to send something back once you're in the library. Can be anything. Just needs to be something. Gotta close it. Are you ready?
Wait. One last question. Why are you helping me?
I told you. I just have this feeling you're gonna be useful.
Abruptly, and to Molly's surprise, a fracture begins to open in front of them. Are you doing this?
No, it's not me. It's opening from the other side. Quick, hide.
Slimball dives into the nearby bushes and listens closely. From his view, he can see Molly bend down to pick something up.
What the holy mother of gods? Well, this is definitely not good.
Slimball recognizes the voice and reveals himself. There in the clearing, on the other side of the fracture, are Jill, Jazz, and Joey, standing in the Royal Library. Jazz's arms are stretched as if holding open the doors on a train. Jill is holding an empty jar.
Hey, you're okay.
With little thought, Slimball quickly dives through the fracture and into the arms of the library gang. The fracture immediately closes behind him. They all hug each other in success. But their victory is short-lived as the fracture begins to open again. Molly walks through and tosses a pebble, closing it behind her.
I take it back. You aren't as smart as you look. I literally just told you I can open fractures whenever I want.
The library gang huddles together, shaking in fear of Molly.
Come on now. It's starting to get offensive. I'm not gonna fucking eat you.
Her shouting only frightens them more.
Okay. My apologies. You're rightfully frightened, but I am not what you should be afraid of. Let me try again. Hi,
My name is Molly. I'm a shadow wolf and baked goods aficionado. I like teasing my friends, and war is coming to Cultopia. So you need to tell me right now what the hell this is and how the hell you hacked that frack. Molly holds up a little ball of slime. The gang says nothing. Slimball contemplates before speaking.
First of all, my name's Slimball, and that belongs to me.
He takes the ball of slime from Molly's paw and consumes it.
Let's start at the beginning. I'll tell you everything you need to know about the slime.
To learn more about the slime and read other Slimeball stories, please visit jlmaxcy.mirror.xyz. While Molly and Slimeball were at the bakery. Exterior in some woods just outside of Jadetown, day. A fracture opens in the clearing. Ghosty and 14 walk through. Ghosty takes a hanky from under his armor and wipes off a small ball of slime from his shoulder in disgust. Ugh. He throws the hanky through the fracture like it's a rubbish bin. Before the portal closes completely, we see Jazz in the library inspecting Ghosty's hanky.
Well, that was an absolute failure. And I'm still hungry. Do you want to go to the bakery?
Nah, I'm not really hungry.
Ghosty freezes in place, shocked by his friend's response.
What did you say, bro? Who are you? And what have you done with 14? You're always hungry, man. Always.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised myself. It's just that green stuff was filling.
Are you sure you're okay? Maybe we should go see the elder. Sounds like you might be dying.
Ha ha, very funny. I'm not dying. I feel great. Excellent, even. Wait a minute. You're right. That is weird. Maybe we should go see the elder.
Can't hurt. She's gonna want to know what we added to the pet library anyways.